Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. How are you doing? I'm doing good. So today I'm gonna show you a thing. So what I'm showing to you guys is basically one of the first assignments that I got in school because school have started. So I hope I'll be able to get this video out on time, but God fucking knows at this point. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how how art school work, how art school go, because I feel like a lot of people have certain predetermined ideas on art school that don't quite match the reality. If you hadn't noticed already, I'm a big fan of art school. I think, you should go. It's just that if you're an artist and if you're planning on making money with your art, I think art school is a great place to go. It's just that you need to understand why you're going there. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I should take painting instead of animation because painting, right? Like, do what makes sense for you as an artiste. And for me, what made sense the most as an artist is illustration. So I am, in fact, an illustration major. Illustration majors usually, we do a lot of mixed art styles. There are obviously painting classes in which you have to be diligent and draw pretty beautiful paintings, and I absolutely utterly suck at those. But most of the art, you can be quite stylized and cartoonified and even anime. Like, a lot of students in my year, they submit anime stuff. I don't particularly do anime, but a lot of my art is very cartoony and very a lot. So far, no complaints from professors. So, there you have it. This assignment, basically the main thing with it was that our professor wanted us to create a logo for ourselves. This class specifically is digital media, so it's all going to be digital work, which is nice for me. And if you go to art school, you make so many logos. For no reason. So many fucking logos. You ever gone to art school? You've made a lot of logos for yourself. I don't know why. I mean, it's painful. I don't know why they make you do it. It's just logos and self-portraits. It's so many of them. I decided to make a logo based on two things that I like a lot. And I actually probably will use this logo for my channel as a little there. Maybe it'll be fun, probably without the text. So my thought is to do a logo that sort of is based on my personal hyperfixations. And I'm very fixated on ghosts, if you hadn't noticed, and sunglasses. I have a collection. Have oh shit, how many? Let me count. 12-ish. 11. One pair is broken. But yeah, I have a lot of sunglasses, and I was like, okay, this has to be part of my shtick. Just put a lot of sunglasses there. And then I went with ghosts, because again, ghosts are my hyperfixations, and I thought it would be fun to have little ghosties in sunglasses, so it's a little spooky but also kind of fun. So yeah, I've actually at first I wanted to make it a design where it's just sunglasses that have the word fuckface written in it, because I think the fluidity of the word fuckface is something that I can personally appreciate. It just sounds nice, and yeah, that's what I did. It's nice. I like it. I didn't do the fuckface thing, as you have noticed, because I thought it'll be a little inappropriate. But I feel most professors actually probably don't really give a shit. They have a lot of humor, especially if you get a good professor. There are some professors who are very oh, you shouldn't say that, or you shouldn't swear. But most professors are in your class are shit, dude, I don't fucking know. I remember in our class, we were sort of talking to our professor, and one of our professors were we were talking about political situations that were happening at the time. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's it kind of sucks because the way it is, and and he was like, and I was I used the word bullcrap to describe it, because I don't want to swear because in class. And our professor was like, yeah, dude, it's fucking bullshit. And I was like, okay, I get the vibe. So honestly, that's my favorite thing about university, art university. No one gives a shit if you swear. There is no micromanaging of you and what you're doing the way they do it in high school and middle school, which is very weird because you probably shouldn't include swear words in your improper language in your essays, but you can still make an interesting essays that have you can still communicate the way you would normally as a human person, instead of trying to like put on this like fake, like, oh, I'm a prissy person that talks like this. Definitely. So returning to this again, my concept is pretty straightforward. I don't have anything more. I did sort of start with this bluish sketch, and then I sort of refined it. I tried a couple of ways of what the inside of a lens should look like, and I was like, oh, I think this is like the best way for it, because it kind of communicates that ghostly thing pretty easily and comprehensively. It's symmetrical and pretty. I did actually went and changed the colors a little bit just so they kind of match with the vibes that I'm putting out. I kind of went with like purple orangish color palette because favorite colors. Not favorite colors necessarily. Purple is my favorite color, while orange isn't, but I think they go together really well, so I put them together a lot because they're, complementary. Look good. They're not exactly complementary. I think they're like close to each other when it comes to complementary. I think complementary for purple is like just yellow, I think, but I prefer orange because it just kind of feels more fitting to with purple. I don't know. It's a weird art thing that I do. But yeah, I put a bunch of shadows on it. You typically don't want your logos to be this illustrated. Ask most like graphic design professors and they'll say that like they would prefer your logo to be as simple as possible. But since this is not graphic design, this is more digital media and about how you use digital media, I have decided that using a more fun and illustrative style for a logo would work. I think it's just kind of cute. I did use there for like that color palette for a while, and I just sort of changed it later to orangish instead of yellow. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I did kind of struggle with like the lighting on it because it was like, oh, I wanted to show like that these sunglasses are kind of sparkly, and you can see there's certain reflections there, and you have to always work with these things out. You have to like work them out a little bit for them to make sense, and then you just jump from that point on, because that is how you work, at least how I work. A lot of my working is very like back and forthy. I do kind of like this a lot because it's very like fun and colorful. Usually, I don't know, last couple of times I've created a logo, again, graphic design is a curse set upon this land. But last time I've created a logo, it was for a bubble tea company, and I absolutely have hated it since. I didn't have much fun with that one. But this one, I don't know. I had fun. I was a little high when creating it. So I ate some grass. So it was a little more fun, and it was a little more fluid than it usually is. I tried some shading on the lenses themselves. I didn't like it, so I got rid of it. And then I decided to do shading only, like by making these lenses just a little more bright. And I don't know. I think it looks quite nice. It's very like I don't know, cartoony, I guess. Not cartoony, but like reminds me of like a 90s illustration. Like for some reason I want to say, what was that one? Like anime where he's like, it's like vampire guy, whatever. Oh man, is it like Alucard? Like Alucard? I think it's just Dracula backwards. That's how I know it. It was a weird show. Anime is weird, dude. Have you ever thought about it? It's weird. It's fine to like it. I do like some anime, but it's very weird. But it reminds me sort of that, with a little more, I don't know, I think it's like the way I shaded these glasses is very like anime. I do think it's very nice. I like it a lot, actually. It's like clean and pretty, and I generally enjoy it. By the way, here's a little tip on spicing up your text. You can always use the default text on Photoshop. I just say download a lot of texts, like fonts in Photoshop, and then just roll with it. Just roll with it. Yeah, and I did a little text, and I just put a little shadows and light on it, and I think it looks nice. And that's about it for this. It's a very quick one. I will actually use this logo for this channel, probably. So it's like a little nice thing. And you know what? I sure do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm trying to get this in out on time. If I won't, fucking c'est la vie. But if I do, well, good job me. I hope you'll have a good day. And you know what? I hope you come by sometime again. Return. Come hither. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.